And the thing with risks is, a lot of us, when we're faced with these, our natural instinct is just to avoid. Very much like Barak is here. He's like, I don't know about this, and there's a hesitancy there. And that's really, I think, common for a lot of us when we're faced with these kind of risks and these kind of decisions. And we can think of any number of excuses on why we really shouldn't risk it all and go and take that chance that God might be asking us to take. Maybe we say, I'm incapable. I can't do, maybe Barak was like, come on, seriously? I can't defeat this guy. I don't have the kind of experience that would be needed for this, and I don't have the resources. I don't have the weapons. I can't do this. I'm not able to do this. And this is what we say to God all the time. He's like, I want you to go and speak to this person, confront them on this scary issue. And we're like, oh, no, not me. I'm not eloquent enough. I'm not spiritual enough. If they ask me a question, I'm not going to know how to answer it. I'm not, whatever. I'm not sophisticated enough. I'm not smart enough. Fill in the blank. We all will come up with some reason as to why we're incapable. We have these limiting circumstances. I would get serious about growing spiritually, but I got this school program I'm in. And it's really important. It's really a prestigious program. And once I'm done with that, then maybe I'll consider going all out for God and being radical for Him and stuff. Or, my parents, they would not be happy about this. They really want me to focus on my education and, getting involved in this over here. That sounds nice, but I'm just not really in a position where I can do it. It's our job, it's our school, or maybe I've just had a hard week. That's a great one. It's so easy to buy into, God, I would do this any other time, but the day I've had. I just haven't had any sleep, and I've just, been all this stuff going on. I'm under so much pressure. I don't think I can do that right now. And I'm sure God understands. And a lot of times we think, maybe someone else should do this. Find someone else, God. That's basically what Barak is saying here. He's saying, really, Deborah, shouldn't you be the one to do this? You're the prophet. And we look around and we say, this person would be so much better at this than me. I can't do this. And what we're really doing is limiting responsibility. We're saying, I don't want responsibility for this. If this doesn't work out, I don't want people to be able to pin it on me. They should be able to pin it on you. That's what we're saying. But really what all of these boil down to is that we're discounting the power of God. When God has put a risk before you and said, here's an opportunity. Take it. I want you to do this. Go for it. And we come up with, fill in the blank, your favorite excuse. What you're saying is, no, God, I'm not doing that. Are you crazy? I can't do that. You don't know best, God. You don't know me like I know me. I know that I'm incapable. Maybe you think that could happen, but it can't. And we're saying no, and we're tying God's hands. Because from the very beginning, what did God say to Barak? He said, I will just go here, and I will hand them over to you. I'm just going to hand it over. You just got to be there. And so from the beginning, Barak had totally misinterpreted what God had been offering, as far as we can tell. And feeling like, if I go alone, that means that I'm going to have to do this. And he had completely taken God out of the equation. And that's what we do. And perhaps Barak was thinking, I guess I shouldn't say no. So maybe I'll be like, well, I'll go only if you go with me. Because I'm sure Deborah's not going to come with me. Come on, seriously. A lady in battle? Yeah, right. She's not going. Very well, she replied. I will go with you. But you will receive no honor in this venture, for the Lord's victory over Sisera will be at the hands of a woman. So Deborah went with Barak to Kadesh. And so what we have here is a classic case of missed opportunity. Look, God's going to do what God's going to do. You've got a choice. Do you want to be a part of that? He's going to get it done, one way or another. And we can either watch it happen, or we can get involved in the action. And in this case, Barak thought, maybe I can avoid this, or I'm too afraid to do this on my own. And because of that, because of his avoidance of the risks, he misses out on an opportunity. For one, Deborah says, look, the honor in this victory is going to be given to a woman instead of you. Barak, as the leader of this army brigade, would have had the privilege and the honor of personally taking out Sisera. That would have been his to enjoy. And she says, guess what? God's going to deliver that joy, that honor, to a woman. Again, this would have been dishonorable in a culture where, that's male-centered and male-dominated, to have a woman do something that Barak himself was afraid to do. But in addition to that, in addition to the lack of honor, he's missing out on this opportunity to be used by God. And as we look at these risks, these opportunities that we have before us day after day, and when we say no, we too miss these great opportunities to experience what it's like to be used by God. We're missing out on seeing God work in fresh new ways in our lives. I mean, that's one of the most exciting things about the Christian life. That's one of the most exciting things about following God, is getting to see Him work through you in situations where you're doing things that you know have nothing to do with your own ability. Getting to experience the power of God at work through you in the life of another person, impacting eternity, that's where our zeal comes from. Seeing God work in these fresh new ways in our lives. If you are a bored Christian, if you look at your spiritual life and you're like, it's just not that interesting, it's probably your fault. Because God is doing exciting things all the time. And if we're saying, no, I don't want to be a part of that, we're missing out on that excitement. Additionally, there's this closeness you experience with God. This intimacy that you experience when you decide, okay, I'm going to put my trust in you, as scary as this may be. And then we see Him come through for us. It draws us close to Him. It gives us a deeper understanding of His commitment to us. And these are things that we miss out on. And sadly, there's a lot of us who are saying no to these opportunities on a daily basis. I'll get to that later. I'm too tired. I've had a hard week. Someone else would be better. I'm not spiritual enough. I'm not ready for that. And we make our excuses. And where does this lead us? Where does this take us? We say, well, next week, next quarter, next year. And then before we know it, our whole lives are over. We've got this one life. How are we going to live it?